Salam, hello and welcome. Today we are going to change the oil of this bike, the Rare KTM 520 EXC. We are going to take a look behind the clutch cover and behind the stator cover. And we are going to service it properly.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Whole chunks of RTV. Let's start with cold start test. So I've got here a full gasket kit and I have full engine seal kit, but I'm going to need only one for now for the main crank. Couple of things you need to do before start changing the oil is one, safety, wear gloves and thick gloves because that oil might be hot. I kept the engine running for 10 minutes so that the oil will be hot and it will discharge faster. And number two or three, whatever you want, is open the oil filling cap and leave it open until you finish with the oil discharge. I'm going to break the drain plug loose, which is a 13 millimeters. Well, it's first time that I do this oil change, so I don't know what to expect or how the oil is gonna squirt. So I'm ready here with the pan to catch it immediately. So what I want to do now is I want to check for any metal shavings. Here's the magnet, and as you can see we have a whole bunch of metal shavings. But I expected that because I know that there is a problem with the third gear and the fourth gear. I knew this defect in the bike when I bought it, and I took it in a way because it's such a unique bike and I'm willing to take this challenge and repair the whole gearbox. But for that, we are going to tear down the engine, and that's going to happen sometime in the future. So I'm going to clean the drain plug for now and put it back in its place. And let's check the oil itself and see what are we going to find. This is a magnet. And yes, as you can see, there is a whole lot of metal shavings in the oil. So while I'm letting the oil drain, I took my time cleaning the drain plug, and I wasn't surprised not to see a crash washer there. There are actually residue of some kind of RTV or gasket maker, and it's one of the reasons why I don't trust taking my bike to a garage, and I prefer to do the work by myself. That's why, right there. So I'm going to be cleaning the drain plug, and I'll install a crash washer on it. And this is a perfect size, and that's how it should be. Basic, very important thing to do is to clean before installing the plug. Oh, here's the washer. In any case, it's got a new one now. Now, to be realistic, the manual states torque figure here for the drain plug, but there is no way that I can use a torque wrench in this tight space. I'm actually going to use my experience and torque it to my own spec, and that's enough. We are going to remove the oil screen now and check it out to clean it. And boy, that's tight. I'm bringing the big gun. And this is what we have here. Right, so I'm going to clean the screen and place it back where it belongs. Well, at the first glance, I thought that these are metal chunks, but they are not. That's some kind of soft material. Not sure if that's an RTV that found its way to the oil passage. All right, so we got the oil screen nice and clean. Always inspect the O-rings, make sure there are no cracks, and make sure they are not flush with the surface. They are supposed to be pumpy. Do the same with the plug, clean it out, inspect the O-ring, make sure there are no cracks, and if all is good, then we are ready to go in. And the torque spec for this drain plug is 15 Newton meters. We're moving on to the next one, the bottom oil screen. And the plug here is an Allen key 8 millimeters. Always make sure it sits all the way in. You don't want to strip this, trust me, I've been there. Now expect oil drip and splash. I still have not pulled the screen out, and look at what we have here. All that material is RTV. Please use gaskets. It's just stupid. Now this is telling me that I have to open the clutch cover, and I expect that I will do a lot of cleaning there. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Whole chunks of RTV. This is what I'm dealing with. Now, if my mechanic does this, and this is what I get from him, not only that I will blacklist him, I will warn everybody on this planet not to go to him, because that mechanic should go and do something else. All of this, and this just came out of the screen. That's bad. That's really bad. All right, so I've cleaned that carnage, and to be honest, I've never seen something like this in my life. That's the first, and it's the worst. The oil screen has been cleaned as well. Right, the torque spec for this one is 10 Newton meters. All right, so now we come to removing the oil filters, and it's these two guys, one here and the other one is here. So let's start. I'll just remove the brace here. You would expect oil spillage once you remove this filter cover, so be ready with the oil pan underneath. Will it come by hand? Yes, it did. And no, the oil spillage is minimal. Right, let me remove the oil seal, the O-ring. Now the manual literally states that you should use circular pliers to catch the oil filter and pull it out. All right. Let's see what do we have. To my surprise, I don't see metal shavings in the filter. Now this bolt, it does hold, I hope it's not stepping. This one does hold the rear brake reservoir as well, so we're gonna keep the reservoir on the side for now. Well, it went in the oil pan, at least we know where it is. And grab the O-ring. Oh yeah, here you can see some metal shavings. All right, so now that we have both oil filters out, I want to leave it empty for now because I want to address the crank seal issue which leaks from the stator side. So I'm going to be removing the shifter out of the way. So that's an 8mm bolt as well. Wiggle it. One, I'm gonna go crisscross pattern. And 2, 3, and 4. Well, these bolts do not appear to be the same length. This is the longest, this is the shortest, and these two are equal length. Short, long, longest. Remember that. Any other bolts that I do not see? No. Let's give it a little bit of convincing. Now it's spilling oil. Oh my God, look at all of that oil. Did you see that? The stator has been soaked in oil. Look at this. Still coming. Here is a side note, and very important one. The stator on this particular model is wet stator. That means the oil seeps from the engine on purpose to the stator to cool it down. So it's designed to contain oil. And the important thing is you have to do your research on the machine that you are working on, because I didn't know that until I did my research. Okay, I'm gonna pry a little bit, gently. Unbelievable. I still cannot believe what I saw. And I hope that the camera caught what I saw. This whole thing has been soaking in oil. I'm gonna take the flywheel nut out, and this is 17mm. Take the washer out. Right, and I did hang the stator on a clip so it doesn't hang on the wire. Well, the sad news is that I have a whole set of flywheel pullers. None of them can pull this flywheel out. For now, I'm gonna try to remove this gasket maker. I'm prepared to remove the clutch cover. I'm starting with removing the kickstarter and the brake lever. And that screw is 6mm hexagon or Allen key. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Thank you. Removing the spring. Pull this out. Right, now the clutch cover is free and we can take it out. Look at how much RTV is coming out with the screws. Now, so far, I'm seeing equal length screws. Do you see this? Amazing. Now, someone was putting RTV like a lunatic all over the engine. It's unbelievable. And honestly, I feel angry because this engine has been abused and it deserves much, much better treatment. Given my previous experience with clutch covers, I'm pretty sure this one will need convincing, especially with all of that RTV. So I hope it's not gonna be a struggle to take it out. I'm gonna take my time removing all of that RTV. To my surprise, there is a gasket actually. So I'm not sure why they use so much RTV with the gasket. That's insane. That's insane. All of that RTV was going with the oil everywhere. Right, so I'll do this off the camera, do a little bit of cleaning, and I'll see you soon. Let me show you a closer look. There's RTV on the kickstart gear. There's RTV on the electric start gear. There's RTV on this gear. RTV very much everywhere. And look at this. This is RTV also on the shifter link. Why? Can someone explain to me why this much RTV? Some RTV was there between the gears. I have removed the clutch basket and check this out. Some RTV here and some is here as well. Yeah, it's been flowing everywhere and thankfully this engine has got 2 oil filters. There is indeed RTV existing in the clutch. So I'm gonna go piece by piece, plate by plate and make sure that there's nothing exists there anymore. That's 1, 2 and 3. Look at that, at the bottom of the clutch basket, one massive piece and few chunks in there. I'm so happy I'm doing this. I did immense cleaning job here. I cleaned the mating surface all around and I cleaned it also on the clutch cover. Now, very interesting, the manual said this should not be blocked. This is an oil feeding path and this thing was drowning in RTV. And now we're done. We have our clutch in here ready to install. I have got new screws for the clutch because those ones are very much worn out. But I will need to transfer the washer, so we'll take these out now. Now the best way to take these washers out, because they are stuck pretty good, I'm holding the washer with a vice grip and undoing the screw. We'll take the basket with all the clutches and that still has oil. It's not completely dry. I inspected the clutch. The clutch is good. It's clean now. I removed all the RTV.
Please take a minute, like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss on the future uploads. And make your friends a favor by sharing this video with them so they will learn the step-by-step process of the repairs and modifications that I do, whether to this bike or general modifications and general repairs.
I took it out piece by piece and cleaned everything. So we're gonna stick the basket back where it belongs. Gently, easy, let it find its way. Like that. The clutch basket on the 2000 to 2002 models is much easier to install. There is no nut. It's only just a stair clip. So we're going to put the clip back using the clip pliers and push it to make sure it's fully seated and it's locked. And then we're going to take the push rod, push it all the way until it's properly seated, and take the spot, push it all the way until it's seated. The last piece here is this one, which was stuck to the pressure plate. Now this rolling bearing is good, so I don't need to replace it. And then we're going to push this back. Perfect. You're gonna have to make sure that there are no gaps here and this is fully seated. Right, we've got our new screws with the washer and the spring and we are ready to put it in. Give it a push, make sure it's catching the thread. Now you do this in crisscross pattern. So the pressure is distributed evenly, you don't want this to warp. Never use an impact gun on these screws. There is a torque spec for every clutch for every bike, and you need to check what is the torque spec and follow the torque spec. I'm going to use the impact only to drive them through. I'm not going to torque them with the impact. The torque spec for these is 6 foot-pound. Right, it doesn't have to confirm the torque. Now I'm ready to install the clutch cover with the gasket, and I hope and I pray that we are not gonna face any leaks. What I'm about to do now is something I usually do with every engine gasket. I apply grease on the mating surface after cleaning the mating surface everywhere, so that the gasket will not get stuck on the mating surface. I'm not having hopes of reusing the gasket. You can use grease, you can use oil, you can use what you have. All you need is a thin film, but it will help making your life easier next time that you open the clutch case or stator case or any case in the engine with the gasket. One thing I forgot to mention is that I cleaned the threads in the clutch basket. Take a dry one, clean any excess, and especially in areas like the screw threads, you don't want grease there. So as you can see, also the grease helps the gasket to set right on the mating surface. Right, that's perfect. So I'm going to grease the mating surface on the clutch cover, and we are ready to fit it in. One last note is you need to lubricate all these holes, both of them. This hole is where this pin is going, so we are good to fit in the clutch cover, and here we go. Now you need to be gentle, take your time, and let it find its path. What do you think of the painting job? I love how it looks. I've got to say, it looks awesome. We'll put the screws one by one. Right, here's the torque specs. 10 Newton meters or 7.4 foot-pound. You don't forget anyone, and double check as well. When you reinstall the Kickstarter, you make sure that it's aligned, and this can go up a little bit. Like that, perfect. Look how clean that chain is. And if you want to know how to maintain your chain, clean it, properly lube it, please get back to the last video update. I'll put the link in the description for that video. Look at this. Stay tuned, because in the coming videos I'll show you how I restored this clutch case and did all that beautiful painting job. And I'll show you how I polished the stator case to near mirror finish. You can see the reflection of my finger right there. Now is actually time to look at the air filter, and I've got a solution for this horrendous thing. Shoelace. Right, I'm going to take the air filter out. I'll just move this bracket, cut it loose, and then oil filter still has oil on it, but I would like to take it out, wash it and put it back, because I have no idea when it was the last time that it was serviced. Now, seeing the inside of the intake after the filter, this clean is always a good sign. What that means is that the air filter has been well maintained and it's been doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that's keeping the dirt out of this air intake. Right, until we wash the air filter, I finally have got a solution for this. And I've got the right pins for the airbox. These were not easy to find, but I managed to find them, and I've got two of them. We've got the first one aligned. You just push the pin in and then turn it clockwise to lock it. Until you hear that click, then you know it's setting right. Second one in. Alright, so yesterday I took the air filter out. I washed it with soap and water, and to my surprise, it actually was clean and very little sand came out of this filter. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to clean it again. Now I'm going to spray it with oil, and for that I'm going to use this K&N air filter oil. And when you do this, you need to be generous. So don't forget this part at the back. Then what you need to do is rub the oil in. You don't want the oil to be just on the surface. You want it to be inside the sponge. This is your first line of defense to protect your engine. So I got the outerwear in, but I need to make a small hole here in the center for the pin. Now you see how the outerwear is oily and nice? That's how you want it. You just don't want excessive oil, or you don't want too little oil. One last wipe. Because I still don't have the flywheel puller, to remove the flywheel and inspect the seal behind the crank, I am going to be using an endoscope. That is where the seal is, and this is the timing chain. That is the seal. This is the outer edge of the seal. But since this is a wet stator, I don't believe that the seal is designed to be completely isolating the oil. I think it's just to avoid splashes and keep some oil around the crankshaft bearings. Since we did not see any kind of seal, residue or parts in the oil, I believe it's just all right to stay where it is. Okay, I'm going to remove the pickup coil. Perhaps this will make things easier. This part belongs to the seal. So with the visual inspection, I didn't see anything wrong, and I did not find any parts, seal-like parts in the oil outcome when we drained the oil. So I'm gonna assume everything is all right here. I'm going to torque down the nut of the flywheel, and then we are going to refill it with oil as soon as we finish working on the stator and the clutch case. Now I would like to show you something. This is exactly why you don't use a screwdriver or any kind of prying tools on mating surface. Can you see that? Let's reinstall the pickup coil screws. Don't go crazy on the torque here, because the case is aluminum and you can strip the threads. I think this can be removed. This is like a shield for the magnet. And I'm going to try to do that gently, because I see a couple of holes there where I'm supposed to hold it with the pliers. Can I pull it now? Yes. Now that makes sense. I should be able, or maybe not. God, working on KTM is never easy. Okay, I hope I'm gonna be able to stick these in, and I'm not. This is not working on this flywheel. Now this tool is universal and it's fantastic. It works on clutch basket. Apparently there is a similar tool but with special size for this particular flywheel, which I don't have at the moment. All right, let me see if it's going to work trying to hold it. I guess that's the only solution that I have now. Now, because this is an old grommet and I don't want to take any risk with oil leaks, so just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna apply some RTV here. Right, and we are ready to slide this in, pressure up, and let it sit and seal. I managed to get the mating surface nice and clean. So now let's wipe off the excess. I'm gonna apply grease on the mating surface. And we need to torque this to 10 Newton meters. Reinstalling the gear shifter. Right, now I'm going to be installing the oil filter, but first I'm gonna fill it half the way with oil. Because you don't want the engine to start dry, that's for sure. Then quickly snap it in all the way. The O-ring and the cover. Perfect. And now I'm going to do the same exact thing for the other one. Finally, with all the work that we've done to this bike, we come to a point where we are ready to change the oil. The bike takes 10W50, and this is liquid moly, especially for off-road vehicles. I'm also ready for any leaks. We've installed gasket here. We've installed gasket on the stator cover as well, but just in case, I'm ready for any leaks with the oil catch pan. Now, filling the oil should be a pretty straightforward process. The manual states that the oil level should be between the lower level of that glass window up to the middle of it. So we're gonna keep an eye on that as we fill. It should be around 1.5 liters perhaps, because I've drained all the oil that was there during the cleaning process. This engine was eating a lot of RTV. All right, and we hit the mark. That's it right there. The oil is half the way. That's exactly where we want it to be. So now I'm going to reconnect the negative terminal of the battery, and this is the last thing to do before starting the engine. And the battery health is good. Bismillah. Alright, so after that exciting oil change, I am going to install an hour meter so I can keep track of the engine operation hours and change the oil regularly. I figured that this will be one nice place to keep it in. It's not in the way. I have straight visibility to the hour meter, and I think that's a good location. To install the hour meters, I'm going to wrap the provided cable around the spark cable that's coming out of the ignition coil, and will go in loops. I had to do it right at the spark plug. I think that this is a better place. There is no specific number of how many loops. You could do 10, you could do 15. Well, this seems about enough. Now, you may agree or disagree with what I'm about to do, but it's one way that works and it holds the cable very well. So I'm going to wrap it with electrical tape. And then reinstall the whole ignition coil. Right, and what we need to do next is connecting the cable to the hour meter. And the way to do it is pretty simple. We just stick it in here like this, but we need to make sure we push it all the way. And then we cut the excess cable. I already have put double face in here on the frame so I can mount the hour meter on it. Peel off the double face, stick it in, and now we have an hour meter. 0 hours, the oil is fresh, it's brand new. We start counting from today. And always remember to change the oil on your bike anywhere between 5 to 10 hours depending on your riding style, where do you ride and how do you ride. Personally, I change it between 5 to 7 hours. So that's how I'm gonna keep track now. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments. Take care, be safe, and do it yourself.